Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Today is Fasting Friday, and we are continuing on in the book of Romans, talking about sin, the power of sin that has on us, but the freedom that we have in Christ.
But listen to today, okay? This is Romans chapter 7, verses 14 through 20. Listen to what Paul says. He says, "So the trouble is not with the law, for it is spiritual and good. The trouble is with me, for I am all too human, a slave to sin." But didn't he already say that we're no longer slaves to sin because we have freedom in Christ? But listen to how Paul describes this. Verse 15, he says, "I don't really understand myself, for I want to do what is right, but I don't do it. Instead, I do what I hate. But if I know that what I am doing is wrong, this shows that I agree that the law is good," right? It's that conviction. It's knowing. There's times maybe prior to faith where you would sin, you would do something and you didn't even care. You didn't even recognize what destruction it was causing in your life and those around you. But the fact that you recognize it now shows that you understand what the law is all about. "So I am not the one doing wrong. It is sin living in me that does it." Verse 18, "And I know that nothing good lives in me, that is, in my sinful nature. I want to do what is right, but I can't. I want to do what is good, but I don't. I don't want to do what is wrong, but I do it anyway. But if I do what I don't want to do, I am not really the one doing wrong. It is sin living in me that does it."
Wow.
What do you think that means? Sin living in me that does it, Pastor?
Well, the sin that lives in us, that's that sinful nature that we all have.
But when we put our faith in Jesus Christ, isn't the power of sin gone?
The power of sin is gone, but we're still human, and so we're not perfect.
Yeah.
And so we have that.
Yeah.
I love how Paul writes here because we can all relate to that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
He's just like,
I have felt the same way.
right? I do what I don't want to do, right?
Yeah.
So I want us to think about today. And as we fast, why don't we put our focus on what we should be doing, what we need to be doing, instead of focusing on what we shouldn't be doing? We get so focused on, well, you can't do that. And maybe you grew up that way. Maybe you had a parent that said, you can't do this, you can't do that. Or maybe even in church.
Yeah.
In church, it was like, you shouldn't sin, you can't do that. And what the problem is that we can't muster enough strength to stop that.
Yeah.
But what we can do and what we need to do is spend time with the Father. And as we do, He strengthens us so that now we can live in freedom instead of being a slave to sin.
Yeah, and so today as we spend some time fasting, as you give up food or social media would be a great one today, right?
Yes.
Get all that junk out of your mind.
Yeah.
Just talk to God. Say, "God, He knows the sin in your life. Reveal that to Him again. Here's what I'm struggling with." But instead of saying, "God, take it away. God, let me just spend time with you."
Yeah.
Like Pastor Nabil, give me strength, give me peace, give me wisdom, give me clarity. Help me, give me self-control. And just spending time with the Father always redirects our focus to Him instead of the sin around us.
That's right.
Hey, thank you so much for checking in today. We'll see you again tomorrow for another daily dose
For spiritual growth.